Today we're going behind the scenes at the best new stadium in England. Is this the best stadium in the Premier League, full stop? I'll let you decide for yourself as the video goes on. The small details mixed with the big ideas, they all combine to create one of the greatest modern stadiums football has given us. Everton have moved from the outer edges of Liverpool to the city centre. Fans have been at the forefront of the planning. This is a modern stadium truly like no other. We'll be taking the Everton Stadium tour. Let me tell you, I'm super impressed by this place. I'll tell you how much the tour cost as well so you can do the same. It's just along there, up the water somewhere. We're staying in the city centre. I really wanted to do my intro right at the Beatles statue today, but it literally doesn't get a moment's peace from the tourists. Even today on a, what is it today? It's a Monday. It's Monday today. Monday morning here in the city, and it's absolutely mobbed. So I wonder who the Beatles actually supported. Did any of them support Everton? Did Paul McCartney not support Everton or something? I don't know. Anyway, today we are seeing the newest, potentially the best, I've not seen inside it yet, stadium in the Premier League. The newest one in England. It's going to be incredible. I can't wait to see it. It's a new city centre stadium. It's quality. Usually it's the reverse where teams go from the outskirts, or no, from the city centres to the outskirts, whereas Everton seem to have done it a little bit in reverse, which I like. Christmas season is upon us, and if you're stuck not knowing what to buy your loved ones, then I've got the perfect thing for you. Welcome to Giftsy, your go-to store for online digital gift cards. It's an online store for official digital gift cards with instant delivery. Click the link below to gift your friends and family the joy of Giftsy and get 5% off when using the code FOOTY5. It couldn't be quicker and it couldn't be easier to sort your Christmas presents this year. There's loads of great brands to choose from within the UK, such as PSN, Roblox, Xbox, Steam, Sainsbury's, Google Play, Apple, and more. It's the perfect gift as you'll save 5%, you get your friends and family a present, but they get to choose what they want to buy. It really is a win-win. Think of all the different football games, brands, accessories, etc. that you could get with some of those brands I mentioned. Grab your gift cards cheaper at Giftsy by using the code FOOTY5, and that code is a cashback code. So by using it, you'll get 5% cashback on your Zen.com account. For anyone who doesn't have a Zen account just yet, a really simple email to guide you through the process will be sent to you directly. A huge thanks to Giftsy for sponsoring this video. Save time and money this Christmas with Giftsy. Top link in the description box below. Okay, we've made it. The other side of this wall is the stadium. This is my first ever time looking at it. Whoa! It's always impressive seeing new stadiums, and I like the way they've kept the brickwork very in keeping with some of the other buildings around here. Look at that old industrial building there, and then look at the new stadium. You can see how similar it is. Look at these little tracks going through. This must have been old tram tracks or train tracks. I've seen it from the outside maybe once or twice for videos before when we did our Football League Founders video. There was one or two more. I've definitely seen it from the outside, and it was like when it was a building site and there was no tours, the games hadn't started here yet, so you couldn't even come in and have a little look and walk around like you can now. But look at this. They got this old building here, this old industrial building from back in the day. Got a bit of time until the actual tour starts, so I thought I'd come and check out the club shop first. And look at this. I don't think they even had a club shop on site at Goodison. It was kind of over the road in that other little building, which all the Everton fans will know about. But the fact they've got one now here, mega store inside their stadium, is cool. Let's see if we can get around this corner. I don't think we could have gone much further that way. Let's see if there's anything to see around here. I don't think there's any statues here yet. I don't know if they're going to bring across the Holy Trinity or Dixie Dean. This is all part of the fun about finding out what's here at this brand new stadium. God. Look at this, what a day to come and do this as well. You can see this from far and wide all around Liverpool when you're driving in from certain angles and certain areas. Over there, you can see the Liver building too. So there's the two Liver birds perched atop of the Liver building in full view of the new Everton Stadium. I do have a lot of respect for them, and particularly for Goodison Park. I thought it was an absolutely cracking stadium. We've already spoke about Archibald Leitch today, but it is just one of them ones where it was really sad to see it go. I couldn't come all this way and not talk about Goodison Park. We've vlogged there loads of times. It was really interesting looking back at all the old videos. I did my first video there 4 or 5 years ago where we spoke about Goodison, the news that it was getting knocked down and how there was going to be a legacy project. I even went to Bramley Moore Dock way before building had ever even started to see what the area was like. Incredible coming back all this time later and seeing it all completed. The legacy project never came to be though, as obviously Goodison is still standing. One of my favourite parts about Goodison was all the history that was around the outside. It made it really easy to vlog, particularly when I was going there talking about the history of Everton. I also did the Goodison Stadium tour as well as the most modern one too. And look, you can even tell what time of year I went with what I was wearing on my face. I even took a tiny little bit of the grass. Look, I'm sorry, Everton FC, but it was a long time ago now. I hope you can forgive me. We did actually watch a match at Goodison Park as well. I'm super respectful to all the clubs I go to, despite who maybe I grew up supporting. I love football. I love seeing how all the different clubs operate and what their match day atmospheres are like. And Goodison was unbelievable. I'm pretty sure it was a Monday night football against Burnley, so under the lights. But as you can see from where I was actually sitting, you can tell why Goodison maybe needed updating a little bit. There were certain areas that were obviously really old. This Archibald Leitch Stadium, an absolute classic that it is. There were a lot of parts of it that in the modern day just weren't up to the standard of other stadiums. I'm glad they've not knocked it down yet. I don't know what the future plans are. They're still using it for women's games and stuff. Are they just going to keep Goodison for now? I'm not too sure, but here we are at Everton's brand new modern stadium. And I've just noticed something. Blink and you would miss it. I've just walked up this whole thing without even realising what I've been walking past. Do you recognise it? Not this, but this. This looks a lot like the Archibald Leitch lattice works of Goodison and of Ibrox and of Roker Park and all the other old classic stadiums that he built. I want to double check maybe later with a tour guide if we even come outside of the stadium for a chat and for a look. But wow, look at that. Bit of Archibald Leitch history right there for you, I think. Unless I'm just clutching at straws and completely making things up, but it's got to be. We can't get much further than this, so you can see like all along here and down that sort of walkway there. Then back round there's the main entrance where we'll go for our stadium tour. I'm sure there's a cafe as well, one of the lads was saying, in the club shop, so see if we can go get a coffee before the tour starts. Look at this. First little view of the pitch. I'll tease you now. Oh, look at that. I'll tease you with a little view of the pitch there. Wow. Welcome to Everton Football Club. Coffee was only £3.50, so you can come in to this. It feels like hospitality lounge in here. Get your coffee before you come. I'm here 30 minutes before the tour, so I might even get the old laptop out, do a bit of editing.
Alberta, Edmonton, Alberta.
Oh, Alberta, Canada. Yes, excellent. And you're a toffee?
Yeah.
Why are you a toffee?
Because my family was.
Three local boxers, all world champions, Peter McGrail, Commonwealth gold medalist, Meatball Molly McCann, an MMA fighter. This is someone you don't want to run across in a dark alley, but she's an Evertonian through and through. Tony Bellew, a man that needs no introduction really.
When Everton decided the move was definitely on from Goodison, we put the fan survey out and asked all the supporters what you really want from the new stadium. A lot of supporters came back with similar wishes. They said we wanted to look like Goodison, but we wanted to be modern. What they meant was we wanted to look like Goodison, we wanted to be close to the pitch, close to the action. And I think if we look at the stadium, that's what we tried to achieve. As now, Everton Women own Goodison, and long may it continue.
Yeah, nice. I like it. I like that it's still there.
Oh,
yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah, I hope it actually picks up on the camera how actually steep it is. I don't know if it quite will. Maybe it will. Maybe the more we come around here, the steeper it will seem as we see it from the side. Whoa, look at that. Next up, we were shown around the changing rooms. These were really impressive, particularly when you consider the lack of space that the club probably had at Goodison. We were told that they were only just finished before our tour, so even though the stadium's been open for quite a while, the final finishing touches like the LED lights and player names above the doors were a more recent addition. We had a little talk, and who did I sit by? Had to be the Scottish Nathan Patterson. It's always interesting comparing the home dressing rooms to the away ones, and in the case of the new Hill Dickinson Stadium, the home changing rooms are a lot more luxurious. The aways aren't bad. This stadium's going to be used for the Euros. It's also been used for neutral rugby matches, and so they have to be at a certain level, but they're obviously not as nice as the Everton changing rooms.
We're comparing this, aren't we, to Everton changing room? So anything compared to that, it's not going to look very good, is it?
Then came one of the most fun parts. We walked out the tunnel to Z Cars. I can't show that on YouTube because of copyright, but here's my first impressions being pitchside at this brand new Premier League stadium. Almost feels surreal being here. I know I've seen it on TV and like I know it's a thing, but until you're actually here seeing it for yourself, it never quite feels real. But now it does. A new era for Everton that I'm witnessing with my own eyes. Wow. So from here we get an amazing perspective of Everton's new 53,000-ish seater stadium. It's much bigger than their former 39,000-ish stadium of Goodison Park, and apparently the new capacity was decided by some sort of algorithm that dictated how big the stadium should be for it to be filled optimally, like most of the time. They didn't want to build one too big that wouldn't be 100% sold out all the time, and they didn't want to build one too small that they could have sold more tickets for games. So about the 53,000 mark is a nice happy medium, but should they need to in future, there's opportunities to increase it by a further 10,000. It's so impressive, the closeness to the pitch, the steepness. They've really thought of everything from a fan's perspective first. We see too many stadiums built in the modern day where other considerations are given before fans, and fans are almost an afterthought. I'm sure you can think of a few modern stadiums where that's the case. But this £750 million stadium on the Bramley Moore Dock site is absolutely incredible to look at. There were a few more bits to see in the media suite and outside the stadium, a few nice little details that you'll have to see for yourself when you book this tour for only 26 quid. I'd highly recommend it. The tour was about an hour and a half to 2 hours, so I'm obviously not going to cram everything into about a 12-minute YouTube video, but I'd highly recommend you go. The one thing that the tour was maybe missing is that there was no museum, no trophies on show. Everton are one of the most decorated clubs in the entire country. They've won 9 league titles, 5 FA Cups, a European Cup Winners' Cup. They were even the first side to have won a league title at Anfield. That was in 1891, before they'd moved to Goodison in the formation of Liverpool. Yes, Everton won the league at Anfield. There's so much incredible football history in the city of Liverpool. Everton are a huge part of that, and I think maybe rounding off the tour with a little 30 minutes inside a museum for everyone to go around at their own pace would have been perfect. The stadium's still new, so maybe that's to come.
This gent's just pointed it out. The little pattern on top of the railing. If you're an Evertonian, you know that pattern, don't you? We've looked at it for that many years, haven't we, at Goodison Park. The Archibald Leitch trademark pattern, and what a great, a great nod to Archibald Leitch by Dan Mice. So one architect is paying tribute to the other architect with just that little pattern, which let's face it, we've all come so used to it.
Starting to light up as it's getting dark. I just want to show you this. So all of these tiles that you see, the kind of grey ones, this is where the water came up to, you might have heard them say. This is where the boats would have once been. This would have literally been water, and then this is where the water would have stopped and the wall started. And this is like still here from where they would have tied up the ships. Look at that. They've still got these right here outside where the ships used to park up. Do you call it parking up? I don't know, probably not. Look at that, what a stadium.